everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 3 delicious, healthy, and easy breakfast ideas that I personally really enjoy. So without further ado, let's get on to it. Alright, so first up are some protein pancakes. I like to start by getting the pan hot so as soon as the batter is done, it can start to cook. Take some baking powder, vanilla, some salt, and a banana. I like the banana to be pretty ripe. Get some milk. I use this good Karma flax milk, but use whatever non-dairy you like. Some eggs and oats. Then just put everything into the blender. The specific measurements will be down below in the description if you want to check that out. And blend until it's smooth. Then I just go ahead and pour it right onto the pan, which is now heated. Cook these pancakes until you can see little bubbles starting to form and until the edges are no longer wet. Then go ahead and give them a flip. Place them off to the side and repeat the process with the rest of your pancakes. So for toppings, you can really use whatever you want. I'm going to use peanut butter, blueberries, maple syrup, some pecans, and a bit of yogurt. I went ahead and put everything on the pancakes while they were still warm. I added some peanut butter, as well as a drizzle of maple syrup. And that is it for these delicious protein pancakes recipe. You can pretty much put whatever toppings that you like. I really like to put fresh fruit and usually a drizzle of maple syrup or honey just to give it a little bit of extra sweetness. But do whatever you want, and these are a fabulous breakfast to have in the morning because they keep you full throughout the rest of the day. So next up is oatmeal. I usually use the recipe on the back of the oats container. It's half a cup of oats to 1 cup of water and a pinch of salt. I add all of the stuff together. And then I go ahead and turn the stove on to medium or medium high and give it a good mix to combine. Next, I take a very ripe banana. Now, this is the secret ingredient that I use. I go ahead and break it up into pieces and put it right into the oatmeal as it's cooking. This gives the oatmeal such a good sweet taste, and the banana flavor is all mixed in, which I love. Then I take some vanilla and go ahead and put a little splash of that in as well. Next, don't forget your pinch of salt and add that as well. As it's cooking, I like to kind of mash up the bananas to get them into smaller chunks, and it'll get easier as they start to cook and become a little softer. Next, I'm just going to take a bit of cinnamon and put a couple shakes in there just for an added little bit of spice. I take hemp hearts and chia seeds for added protein, but that is completely optional. You can honestly add kind of whatever you want into this at this point. You could add blueberries or chocolate chips or peanut butter, just whatever you want. This is just what I do, and it's really delicious. Make sure that you're stirring the mixture as you go, just to keep breaking up those banana clumps and just to help it stop sticking to the bottom of the pan. After the oatmeal has been boiling for a while, I turn it down to medium low or low and stir it until it looks about this consistency. I go ahead and put it in the bowl, and this recipe is supposed to make 1 serving, but usually it's too much for me with toppings, so I just put the rest in a little container. For toppings, I usually take some goji berries, peanut butter, some grapes or another kind of fruit. I like this non-dairy oat milk yogurt because it's super creamy, and a bit of maple syrup. Then I just put the yogurt on the bottom and put the rest of my toppings on top and top it off with a little drizzle of maple syrup. A smoothie bowl is probably the breakfast that I eat the most often. I start with a blender and just adding whatever frozen berries or fruits or even whatever vegetables you want. I use blueberries and bananas, and I just add those to the blender. I decided to also add some mangoes this time because we had some in our freezer at the time. A little bit of this Good Karma oat milk just for the liquid. And I don't put a lot, just a little bit to start and then add it as it's mixing. I add some lemon juice, just a squirt for a little extra zestiness. And I like to add one of these little vitamin C packets, but it's totally optional. Next, I'm going to take some of this vanilla protein powder, and I don't do a full scoop. I usually do like half to 3/4 of a scoop, or else it gets a little bit too of a chalky taste. Add that all in and give it a blend. So as you're blending this smoothie, it's obviously not going to be super smooth all at once. So in between sort of blends, I like to take a spoon and stir it up. And if it's really not cooperating, I'll add more milk slowly and just stir in between each rotation. Eventually, it'll get to this consistency. As you can see, it's very fluffy and super smooth. I went ahead and poured the smoothie into the bowl so that I could add toppings. Sometimes at this point, if it's too runny, I'll stick it in the freezer for 5 minutes just to let it solidify a bit before I eat it. For toppings, I did chia seeds, some hemp hearts, a little bit of stevia sweetened chocolate chips, peanut butter, and a drizzle of honey over the top. Those are all the super easy, delicious, and healthy breakfast ideas that I have for you today. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!